energies of the heaven and earth. Thank you to the gods and to the heavens. Let I see and let I know, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you for your protection today. Hi everyone, I am Margot, your tarot reader, and today we are doing a personal reading for a client. So we have a number of signs. As always, prior to the recording, I call onto the universe with my client's personal information because they remain private at all times, whether it's a ritual or a reading. So we ask the divine to give permission to have an enlightenment for that other person that we want to reach. And we've opened the energies if and when they're willing to come forth, or are they allowed to do so. So, thank you, angels of the heaven and earth, that I see. Okay. I feel that in reference to some of the questions that you've asked me, we kind of narrowed down to an extent of some of them. I do feel that within the energy, the fears that he have had are an attachment and a bond that is still within your karma situation between this other person that you asked, the Taurus. So because in the living, we cannot grasp on the magnitude of what's going on when it comes to our spiritual growth or our spiritual life, it's very different in the other light side or light. Obviously, the passed on, the ones in the spiritual life can see before we can see what's coming ahead, or they can perceive our life path generations from the past, present, and future. So it's obvious that this person is asking himself, depending on what that person have seen previous in his outlook in the spiritual life, what has taken place prior to, during, and after, between you, between anybody else in your life. So we do see that this person is asking himself, the attachment there is between you and that other person. We do see that it's acknowledging that this other person is a karmic relationship between you and the living here in the now present, but it also is in the past as well. Okay. So there is a hindrance energy that it feels that it might interfere within this living with you and also in afters. So they're recognizing it and they're understanding it, but there's nothing that they can do. They can only hope that things will change different, or it can also be that because of what they perceive and see, that they're a bit afraid of the person that is living still wanting some attachment toward that energy or toward that person still now or later. Okay. We do see that that person has been under a certain situation that does not have allowed it to do anything other than be in a standstill. Okay. When we can see, even in the living, when we can see a certain situation of someone's life, we can only see it from our perspective, but we are either not allowed to do anything or not able to include and help others in need, right? So it's almost it's an example of what I'm trying to tell you of what that energy is going through at the time. They can see certain things, perceive other things, but they cannot interfere on those. Okay. Is what I'm sensing. So it's been a bit of a fear of whether or not, I know we're secure, I know what we want, I know because we agreed to it, we bonded to it, but is this energy hindering that energy or that perspective of life? So there's some kind of fear because they're thinking that this person might interfere with now and after. Okay, it's what they're saying. But I also feel that he is acknowledging certain things about the life in the living here, as well as in the past. I do feel that this person, the Taurus in the previous life, did hinder one of your lives between this person, and it caused some betrayal as well, as similar to what you went through in this life happened in the previous life between all of you three. And so and again, it crossed the love, it crossed devastation in the relationship as it did here. It could have been more severe in the past, as I'm sensing his energy with the pain and the grief. So it feels to me that this person here, the Taurus, when it interfered in the previous life, um, it was in the energy of almost like you were already with this person when this other person came in. Okay. And so it drastically changed his path, his ways, as well as yours. Okay. So it broke his heart as well as yours, that he had to leave, and walk away with nothing, and overwhelmed that he was leaving the love of his life, with someone that did not treat her well and did not love her and respected her as he wanted to. And because he didn't have any means, or because you were already married to this person, or because this other person showed to be more fearful of, uh, it showed to be more empowered, I feel. And either way, he had to walk away from the person that he loved, which was you in the previous life. Um, and he had to leave it all behind. Is what I'm sensing. And he did this on a night, on a gloomy night, rainy night, stormy night, when he walked away from that life. Okay. It's what I'm sensing, to give you joy, to give you happiness, and better life, including with that other person. So he thought, he kept playing in his mind that maybe there will be a turnaround in the next life, or maybe there will be a turnaround where things will be different between you two. Okay. Or maybe something will happen that will come back together within you two. So he left you in that life with this person, hoping that maybe something will come and bring you back together. And so it did, but it didn't do it in that life. It brought you back together in this life, I feel. Okay. So in this life is a little bit less than what it was in the previous between you three, like I stated. But I also feel that because it's been a repetitive behavior within the relationship between all of you. Let me see the other person. Okay. Let's see for you. Let's see for you. Okay. Okay, Angel, so the Heaven and Earth, I thank you so much for coming through. And let us see. Yeah. So we do know that this other person at Taurus was very much so possessive in the past, as he is still in the present. Always being over other people, always taking advantage of other people. And I feel that still in this light, he is still there. Okay. There were some dark entities in the past that also trigger the actions of your ending results as well. Okay. Yeah. You were married to this person in the past as well. There was also a drastic shift, a drastic change in the relationship between you and him in the past life with this other person. And again, we do see that there was a marriage, there was a family involved in the past, as well as it is here in the present. That he was curved out, shunned out of the community, or out of the town, or out of, either way, he was shut away from the life of your life in the past. Okay. I also feel that there was it's almost like something happened in the dark, and I feel that it was a sudden devastation that happened it may not even be the life that I was talking about right now. It could have been a previous life as also, because I'm seeing a devastation in within the night, like a volcano, like an earthquake, like a uh, like an explosion of some sort, and it sucks the life out of people and out of the property and things like that. um this could be we could go way back in life here, but it's something that happened unexpectedly, is what I'm sensing here. um mhm. I feel that he's speaking of certain path that you've had, and certain pain and grief that you've had. Okay. I do also feel that because just like everything, it repeats itself, except in less or more magnitude. We have a pattern of actions and behaviors. With everything that retrogrades, we get not just in this life, but in hundreds of lives past the one we're in now, or it retrogrades to what we want to perceive in the future. Okay. Um, so he's could also be talking about an event as well as past and then present coming, within the devastation of the earth including. Okay. But I do feel that this is a past tense energy, recurring and coming back around, um, not just in your relationship but also worldly wide. I have to say that. So he's giving heads up, but at the same time I want to say that he wants this to go away. um, He wants this to go away. He does not want to be the one to lose again. He keeps saying that. He does not want this to be a lose. He wants this to go away. He doesn't want to be back and forth with it. Okay? He doesn't want to be the one to be thinking he's winning and yet he's losing. He does not want any other person to come in between. He wants the karma to be fixed, and he wants the karma to be where it needs to be, right with you. Okay. And so I feel that there is a hold in his perspective, in his energy, because of this. I also have to say that so as I'm saying this, I'm also letting it know that we have a number of things that there are optionals. But at the moment, I want him to know that what he's seeing is the past. And yes, the past can come back around to the present and future, but it will always be, because of everything that has happened between you two and between everything that's been done, will be less. And especially because you are in the living and you acknowledge what's going on. So therefore, you acknowledge the change that you want within yourself and also within anything that have to do when it comes to love or self-indulge or self-pleasing or self nurturing, including. Okay. And acknowledging in the living what we desire for later on in the next life or any other life, with ourselves, with our family, with anybody in this life, it is a carry-on of energy. Okay. A lot of what we have around us does carry on for the next lives, but acknowledging makes it more so merrier and promptly and secure for the next life, including. Okay. So the people that you choose to not have around you, you at now can detach that energy in that person for the next one. Okay. So um yeah, you do see that love has been struggle for his life, not just here but in other lives. We do see that it has struggled tremendously to keep oneself because of other people or because of beliefs or because of status, including. So it's, and also because from certain lives that we see here, there has been a taboo kind of sense in the relationship, where one would have to do other things to withdraw someone from their lives, or either he or you or other persons. We do see there is multiple people playing here in the past with voodoos and things like that, but also in here in the living. Okay, so we definitely see that. Okay, there was just it was either way he wanted to see, either way the times that he left and came back to your life in previous lives, like he will walk away and then he will find you, like he will travel, tremendously to go look for you and will find you, like he went on a journey to find um the calling of him, when it comes to a relationship or love. So I feel that he did that in one of those lives. I really do. Not just in this life, that you also experienced that loss of distance and then came back together after years. So there's a pattern there that did take place previous as well. Everything you're going through right now, you've gone through before. Okay. Um, so I will have to say, let me see something. So you know how I say that we all come to a one part or another, end up, you know, seeing people, knowing people within the people that we have around us now that are more significant to our lives. It is because they've been there previous to or prior to other lives. Okay. And so I do feel that there were a number of people as of now were in the past in this situation. Okay. Um, so I do, and again, it gives me that energy of an obsessive behavior. I do feel that because he is connecting with me at this time and he's telling me that he sensed the energy of that other person, the Taurus, that when he is reminiscing a lot in reference to what he lost with you, and he is still feeling that self-indulgence between you. Okay, so deep down, that other Taurus has sentiment feelings for you still, and he still holds his life toward you. It is something that he cannot explain, what he feels or sees within that energy here in the Taurus. So we do know that even though he's not offering love and emotions that Taurus to you now in the living, he still has certain intents toward you. Okay, he still has that. There's been a lack of communication between you and that Taurus, but he still thinks that if he desires to come back and make a renewed of some sort energy, that there is a chance in that. Okay, yes, there is a chance of turning around and finding ways to somehow heal an energy. So in other words, like I said, he is in the spiritual realm, so he can see and feel what's within someone's heart, within someone's mind, and what's coming ahead, whatever may be that he is acknowledging. But at this time, I feel that he is acknowledging the heart of that other person, and he feels and sees what he's thinking. Okay, so we need to know that that Taurus still has some hindering feelings toward you. Okay, he does not like that. He knows that you had a relationship in the past, previous lives, and also here in the living. So that is his fear, that he will come back around and try to come back out of any situation. Maybe when you're feeling weak, maybe when you're feeling hurt, and take advantage. But either way, let me see. Yeah. Anything that you do from now on, he knows that is something that you're wanting to or willing to do, that it is a path that you have to go through. Okay? So do believe me that he's not blaming you for any actions of any source. In other words, like he's saying, if you meet someone and you decide to be intimate with that person, you are not hindering the intent that you've two made. You are just going through the path of the living. Okay? Thank you, angels of the universe and the heavens. Thank you for the gods and for the heavens. Now I'm going to see the physical life. Thank you to the universe and to the heavens, Lord Jesus Christ. Okay. So if you already made the move, congratulations on that. Okay. I do see that there's something happening within your work environment. It's not very clear on this because your energy seems to be hindering here within the home environment. But I do see that there is a shift in your work environment. It can be a new one coming in or the one within yourself at this time. Okay. It is a positive shift. Remember, any changes that are for your best interest that are coming in or you wanting to do, keep it to yourself. Do the action and then keep it to yourself. Do not disclose it because we do have envy energy around you, including family. Okay? Someone's going to tell you, it can be a friend that it's going to be very negative to you, maybe give you something to disappoint you or tell you something to disappoint you. We do have an envy energy very, very strong here. There's a energy of someone not feeling their best. Uh, it's very, very, someone is not, I'm not even, it feels like they could even be in the hospital. They can be even, um, almost like tormented, schizophrenia maybe, or depressed, or it's just going through a mental energy here, withdrawing mental energy. But when it comes to the physical life, they will say disturbed or depressed, or it just doesn't fit right here. Let me see if I can narrow down who this is. We definitely have a friend of yours who is going through some drama at this time with someone else. And I feel that this person is just not right in the head. I feel that this person has been haunting, has been with negative energy, or the negative energy has been forced on her. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, no, sorry. Well, it can be Sun, Moon, or Rising, but it feels to me Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. If this person is wanting to talk to you, to communicate, to see you, please do have a distance because that person is carrying an entity of negative energy at this time. And so it will shut your energy down. You will feel the drain. Okay. Whoever, whatever, just feel the negativity, walk away. If this is someone you already know, I feel that of course you do. But if this is someone that you already know of the pattern of behavior of with what I'm saying, then distance yourself. If they communicate to you, then just answer politely. But do not do it visibly, okay? Because their energy is very, very much hindered at this time. They are being worked on, or vice versa. But yes, it's a warning. We'll also have a family member here who is not, why am I sensing, it's almost like a conversation is taking place between number of people, one saying another thing, the other one saying another. It can also be that someone is talking behind your back here. Relatives, family members, friends. It's almost like you're being the gossip, of this, of the look, of this, of your people. Um, Anything negative that comes, please don't pay any mind, don't pay any attention. They're probably wondering what's going on with you. Why are you doing this? Why are you saying these things? So just be wise. Who are you communicating and what are you saying? What are you expressing? Okay. Um, is definitely an energy of someone being outside their realm, outside of what their pattern of life should be or are supposed to be doing. It's definitely someone that is going through a spiritual either transition and or both physically and spiritually. Someone that has been tormented by nightmares, dreams, and also visited by entities that are just not soothing. So we do see that there is a woman, but it's giving me an overlook of another person as well. Okay, so we do have two people going through that energy that is very drastic, and it in to the point where they're actually something that is going to happen in their lives that will make it more drastic of what it is. Maybe they will have a breakdown of energy, like a psychotic episode or some sort. If and when that happens, you will hear about it, you will know about it, and then you will know who is it specifically that we're talking. But we do see at least two people. It shows to me that we have someone here doing some type of rituals. We do have someone that has been into those things, and it's very negative energy to the point where someone will be either medically induced or going through some type of medical procedures because of that. Okay. Now, there's so the home change for you is supposed to be very positive, supposed to be a new beginning for you. And I keep saying supposed to because something about it tells me that in the short term, there will be this nostalgic kind of feeling for you. Okay, brought in by other people or by you sensing the energy around. Okay, so if and when that happens, please let me know. Because again, your weakness is to feel other people's ability to how they feel. And so that is the draining energy for you. And you know, we do have a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, and Rising. So I do have to say that the feeling that this person is sensing, the past on, is the feeling that this person wants to come back in your life, however way, whatever excuse they pick up, they just want to be around your life. Okay, because they still have stored feelings for you. So he is absolutely correct. It's someone that you were married to, someone that you have children with, and someone that still thinks of you being intimate, uh, being with you, and possessive of you, and haven't had a communication based on a regular basis with you, but still in that phase that desires to come and just be around your life, you know, for whatever excuses, but he does still have some set feelings for you. Okay, that Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Rising. hmm So, you know, there's certain things that I can and are allowed to say. Um, when a client or, you know, someone wants to know, including of their own or other people's passing, I can see it, of course, but as well, I'm not allowed to disclose. If and when it needs to be said or being adjusted or able to control the action of that or the distance of that, then I'm able to disclose it. But more so than not, I will not be able to. Can tell you only this, that the time will be when the time is supposed to align with you when that time comes. For now, I can see you seeing, including your grandchildren. Okay. And I can see you seeing them, including grow, enjoying that part of your life. So we do see a long lasting life for you, and we want to keep it that way because there's no way that you are ready. There's just no way. Okay. And there are a number of reasons why I say that. So for now, I need you to enjoy life for what it is and do the best that you can for what it is as it is at this time. I want you to focus more on you, love you more, and then turn around and love those around you more, which are your own flesh and blood, which are your own children. Start from that energy. And then the energy will continue to grow a little bit more positive and more positive, to the point where that light grows and grows and expands, and then it generates more healthier energy around you and those around your loved ones, because what you create will also create the energy for those that are in within your circle. Of course, there are entities that would not allow that to permit, or try not to permit those things. But as long as you're in your space, in your energy, then you can at least protect that. They are, of course, our children and our loved ones have a path to do, have a life to do, so you cannot help everybody. They are people in our circle, family and friends, who have energy that does not suit you at all, and they're there. That's their life, that's their path. But at this time, you have to heal yours, protect yours, and if there's anything to help others, then so be it. But at this time, it is about you, okay? Nurturing you. Thank you to the universe and to the heavens. Can I see? Have you tried applying in other circles? Go for what that position is that you want and try it in other circles. I would suggest. I would not want you to be in the same energy or space of that other person. No, it is what it is. When someone is not willing to heal their energy and move forward, acknowledging that they have something going on and not willing to work on that, then they want to stay in that energy, whether it's positive or negative. And if it's negative, then they're giving themselves acceptingly, willingly to that negative entity. So it's just, I would not want you to be around that energy, period. Okay, I'm just at the head of it. Well, I definitely see you around family, around like a gathering of some sort coming in. You might even run into or will be seeing that person if you haven't already, that the Taurus. And we also have that Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, rising female that you probably did see her not too long ago. But we do see the energy there. Her wanting to state that she's thriving, doing much better, and just being uplifted with her life, but deep down she's draining by other sources. Either way, we do see here that we do have someone that is not being in your best interest. It's an older person. Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, rising. They're very close to this other. It can be a relative, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. It is that energy, Sun, rising, but it can also be the energy of what they perceive it as, or you. It is a family member situation here that they are talking behind you. You know how I see this? Everything we see toward this other older person, woman, it's almost like that person is saying about you. They don't see their mistakes. They don't see their actions. They don't see what they've done to themselves and others around them. But yet they can see other people's mistake and low ability, and say to the other person, something's just not right with this person. I felt that she needed to be on her own and be on her space because I was not feeling, it's a vice versa of energy as I'm claiming it here. So yeah, it's kind of sad. We do see that the karma between you and your immediate family members will shift to a lighter response, lighter experience. Any experience that come will be much greater lesson than what they were supposed to be between you and your siblings, your children, that is. Um, we definitely see that. We definitely see that there is either a bonus that happened or will be coming in for you. There definitely is shift and change. There is an offering of a job here. I do see that you will have either a secondary job sometime as of now, within 2 months. Okay. I will say that, and again, do not put all your eggs in one basket. In this job that you applied, if they don't respond to you by the end, within now and 2 weeks, let that sit and just continue applying elsewhere. I would not want you to be in the same office, let's say, with the other person. Remember that. But then again, it will be up to you. You are on your own shoes. If you are able to handle it, then so be it. Okay. Eventually, once you're able to have that protection, then maybe you can face the energy of that person, and of course every protection ritual, it is a temporary ritual. It's not a lifetime, because everything does get undone by our higher being, and also by the entities that we crossed. Okay. We do have someone else that's going to come in your life later on as well. Okay, but that will be your choice, and that is not a sin to what you have already committed. Please do understand that. So what are you supposed to do, you say, in reference to the spiritual bond? In reference to the spiritual bond, once it's set, it's set. It cannot be undone, period. If someone wants to undo what they've done, there has to be two people acknowledging that bond. To destroy, to undone, to undo, to detach. But it will take two people, two energies to align themselves and admit that they decided to either divorce or separate, whatever, in the physical and or spiritual. But in this situation, because it's a difference of space, I will say that for now, what you need to do is continue with your karma here in this living. Give thanks to what you have, what you had with the other person in the spiritual life, and look forward to that path coming forward. Okay. For now, it is nothing that you can do to say, am I hindering the energy? No, you have not done anything, and what you decide to do here as after today, it will be acknowledging that that is the path that you're supposed to go. If you feel that it's hindering you or any otherwise energy, then you make that decision at that time, okay, to continue to stop whatever maybe that comes in your way. We do, oh, okay, let me see. Okay, so we do have a resting face for that person that you are asking. It hasn't been able to communicate with you because they are in a resting phase, as we put it this way. Okay. Nothing has been done over what we discussed last time. So again, we still have the person in the resting phase. We still have the distance of that energy between you and that person. It's not about you. It is what's around you that takes away from that energy, and also with the path that they're in at the time. It's what I'm sensing. Okay. um, they are overlooking at what the whole picture is, from recurring of past lives to here in the now and the present, and more so also in what's ahead. So we definitely see that there is a resting phase between you and this person. I have to say, today it's also feeling a little bit off from the energy, so we definitely agree with what we're sensing here. His energy is not all aligned with us today, so it's kind of like it's there, but it's a little bit weak. It's a little bit in a shallow energy. It's not enlightened as it should be. Now, why is that? Yeah, I do see his energy shifting there. I really do. But I also do see that the energy is, it's just really shattering between you and him. And I do feel it's the physical energy, not the spiritual energy. Because I do see him overlooking at your shadow, him seeing you. But the communication that he wants to come, it's just not coming through here. Okay? He foresees what your life is, what you're doing. But I don't see him being able to get through you here. Yeah. I don't see that. I don't know who you've seen lately, who you had around you lately. Who did you see that has picked up this nasty energy? Who did you see that you picked up a nasty energy with or for in the last 6 days, 6 weeks? Hmm. Hmm. It's just overshadowing. Okay. Who was nasty to you? I see someone being nasty to you. It can be that Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Rising, female. But I also see that energy being very hindered as well. Yes. I don't see any recovery for that person. I'm not sure why I'm saying that, but that's what they're saying. Or he is saying. No recovery there. No recovery either from the soul and or the living. What is she expecting to divide between the family? Someone being short-handed out of that. I see that. Okay. um, I don't know if you can hear, but then my candles are already popping here. So as soon as I took these cards out, they just popped, We definitely see that there is a hindering energy here. Okay. It's very clear. Can you hear the candles? Yeah. Someone is gossiping and saying nasty things about you. Someone is also saying that there's something not fitting in your energy, or they think that it's you going through a phase of depression, I want to say. Or okay. Thank you to the universe and to the angels of the heaven for protecting us today and always, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you. Thank you, Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you for healing our energy, our path. Okay, so there's definitely, I have to just let it. Let me see something. Yeah, we definitely see someone that has been very malice toward you, physically. We do see someone that is not liking certain changes that you've made or will be making. We definitely see someone gossiping around you. We have a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising energy. And then we also have the Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising energy. And we definitely see that someone is not in their best health. We definitely see someone declining. We definitely see someone hindering your energy as well. And also the communication toward this loved one of yours. Yeah. Most likely is a family member or someone that you think of, since there is a conflict that is going to take place. It's already telling you to please avoid it. Disputes and arguments. Ignore it. Ignore it or just stay away. We definitely have someone that is older, that is very hindering their energy. Their energy has influenced your actions, and their energy has influenced how you're sensing, how you're feeling, and what can or cannot come through to align with you. So we definitely see that it is an older person here. Okay. I'm not sure what had happened recently in the last 2 weeks, 2 months, but something has hindered that energy toward yours, and he is not allowed to, or not able to come forth, is what he's saying here. Okay, because of that energy. Now he does foresees you, he does see you, but there's just certain things that he cannot do. Okay, and obviously he wasn't able to previous either to come forth, and today we see that his energy is a little bit weaker than what it used to be. That his life self, his of how he will communicate and how he'll come forth today is just very mellow, very shadow. He does grin a little. He does, um, you know, he's looking forward to this. Okay, the success and the future turning around and being more spacious, more loving, more caring, more nurturing, and coming back together with you. He does perceive that. He does look over your family. He does look over your children, especially. So he does. But this is coming after all of this. Okay, this is what's going on right now, where there's tormenting energy all over the place, where he's not able to come forth or come through, where there are entities around that he cannot go around it. Okay, to be able to communicate or to see you. Okay, this is the hindering energy, but he does sees you, he does foresees, and he does look all that is taking place within your energy, within your life. Okay, we definitely see that. It's saying just stay afloat. Stay afloat is what he's saying here. Stay afloat. He has tried and he will continue to try to come forth around you. Okay, he does try, he says, but he can't through. It's very hard to come in the energy that he is facing when he wants to come forth around your energy. Okay, so of course I want to thank him today for finding ways to communicate today, and I want to thank him to let him know that his energy and this space that he's in, he is being protected, and he understands that. So he says, go ahead, mama. He says, go ahead, mama. And I'm not sure, however way he will call you, but he's saying, go ahead, mama. You got my attention. You got my energy. You just go out there and do what's best for you. And know that I have your back. I will find one way or another to get to you. Okay. So he's saying that, and he is at this moment, he's being uplifted and smiling to let me know that. He says it's okay with what you're going through right now. Everything is not, I know that you moved home. He says he acknowledged that you've moved, or you're in that process, that you're not happy and that you're a little bit off with your energy. He acknowledged that, but don't worry that this will turn his face, because you are upright. You will be able to come through all this. And again, acknowledging what you two have. Okay, I'm on a resting phase, but don't worry, I will eventually will get out through this. I will find nurture, I will find healing, but we'll get through there. Okay, is what he's saying. Okay, so I'm gonna look at this one. There's a lot of things that you've been combating, is what he's saying. A lot of things that you two been fighting over, but again, he will also find that to help you with. Okay, don't worry. I feel that this came in this way, but he is also telling me that this is also going to be an energy that will also help him eventually to get where he needs to get. Right now, it shows. I feel like I need to move this. No. Okay. So right now, they are both in the not in their best suit, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. But he is telling me that this is going to be in no time giving the way that they're supposed to be for both of you. Okay, celebrating, loving, nurturing, and giving to each other. Okay, it is still divine between you two. There are physical energies that have been a little lacking in there, but he will still find a way to come forth. Okay, there's just, you can't feel it because of the energy that you're going through, the shift that you're going through, or physically, emotionally, spiritually, or all. But he is going to find one way for you to be able to either feel his energy, see his energy within a dream, or physically. But he's doing his best, because he showed me today that he was finding ways to get to you. And I don't know if you can hear it again, but my candle again is sizzling again. So it's an acknowledgement of him coming through. Okay, acknowledgement of what we're saying, and securing that yes, he is still around, just not in the sense of energy that you want him to be, hope to be. Okay, and so it will shift and change. Okay, so we will leave it at that today. I hope that was helpful for you. I know that certain things are not in the best that we acknowledge it or hope, but it's just in the way that they're supposed to be for now. I do wish you all the very best for you and for yours, for your loved ones. Happy holidays to you. And of course, we'll be in touch. Love and light to you, sweetheart. Thank you.